the switch should be working. Awesome. All right. Okay. So Flippr 0, you guys have seen it, used it. So what's the good use of Flippr 0? If I ask you, why you need a Flippr 0? Yeah, for what? What do you want to use it for? Yes. Yeah. So okay. Alright, so I own a Flippr 0. I use it for nothing, right? Because in your home, what you will do with it? Nothing. If you're traveling, no use, right? So if you stay in hotels, you'll get this RFID or NFC cards, right? Usually, you just take the card, open the door. Some hotels are very nice. If you are like 2 people, they'll give you 2 cards, right? If you're 1 person and you want 2 cards, they're like, okay, no, fuck you. We don't allow that. But if you take the card out, no lights, no electricity. You can hack it with your another card, right? Sometimes you forgot to carry that. That's another problem. So sometimes it works with any random cards. If you have expired Visa or debit card, just take that, put it there, it works. If that is not working, your office card, that RFID card, you have 1 or 2 extra, 10 rupees, put it there, it also works. It used to work with visiting card as well. It does not work anymore. It requires some sort of connectivity. Now, that's the one thing. Now, why I come with this talk? So, there is a reason. I'm staying in a hotel, multiple people, so different groups of friends. Everyone had a different room. I cloned my own room's card, so I can open my room. Easy, right? If I try to open another door, it won't work because, again, different data. But there is one more thing in Flippr. You can fuzz or brute force, right? And hotel being hotel, they have to follow certain security protocols. One of them, in case of fire, door has to be open. In case of electric glitch, your door has to be open. So, you brute force the device or the reader. It resets itself for few seconds. If that second, just put the handle down, it opens the door. So pretty much, if you're staying in a hotel and your ex is staying in another room, you just go put it there for a few seconds, it opens the door. Is it dangerous? Yes. Can we fix it? No. Why? To fix it, we have to upgrade the entire software suite. And being hotel, software is the last priority, right? So first thing is, how you going to work with it? So hotel card overview, we're going to go with a very, very high level today, because I'm planning to go for in-depth later on with MyFair protocol itself. So MyFair 1K, and we go for the 4K, because 1K is easy to understand and the 4K that we actually use in our daily life. So middle, we don't care. Okay, then we go into our RFID protocols, how it works, different sets. So 433, 316 megahertz, and how we can play with it. Okay, so let's go for a quick overview. So most of the hotel will be using a simple card, right? I can actually show you. Give me a second. How many of you steal hotel cards? Anyone? It's not actually. So I got Vivanta, the Nines, Lemon Tree, my own card, another Vivanta, Metro card. Okay. Now, each of these hotels are vulnerable. Okay. So, the Nines in Chennai, Vivanta in Goa. Okay. This is the way I actually checked it. I worked it. I stayed there. So, I know how it works. So, most of this card works on 13.56 megahertz. Okay. So, Flippr can go because it's a sub-zero device. If you're having hack RF, it can also go. Right. End of the day, what you're doing is either listening or reading the information, or you're transmitting or sending the information. So both devices can do. This is much easier to have it in your hand. It won't show up, but you're having a hack RF. Again, I guess I own it. I might have it in my bag. And I don't. I forgot to bring. So hack RF quota pack is handy device, right? You can just put it in hand and roam around, but it looks suspicious. You can't run with it. But this, yeah, it's keychain. You put a keychain. It's a simple device. Okay. Now, Every single decent hotel will have this function by default enabled. 13156 megahertz is not hard to read. You can have any device that can read or transmit. Okay, you can build your own device, but again, having this, you don't have to. Okay, now the problem, where problem comes in. Every single hotel or hotel chains, they will use one set of software suite, right? They don't want to jump into other one, because they have to, if they're trying to make a transition, they have to change thousands, a couple of thousands, or sometimes a couple of lakhs of security items, like the card itself, the reading machines, the protocols, the wiring. In some cases, it will add additional cost, right? So if they have something, even that's a legacy, it works, they won't change it, right? And that makes it more and more vulnerable, right? So let's talk about unsafe lock vulnerability. It's one of the part. Now, in a hotel, the same card they will reuse multiple times, right? How they do it? The moment you check into a room, they'll take a card, put it in a machine that will write some data, right? And that data will be your unique identifier that might have your guest name, your stay time. It will be on depending on which hotel you're booking on. Mostly it will be on proper GMT format, or another format that we use is that unified timestamp, right? Epoch time that we call. So by that time, card will be active. After that, card will be deactivated. All right. Now in some hotel, you just have the guest name, room number. This will be binded, nothing else. In that case, the card is active indefinitely. That's not a good thing, right? Now, can you read this data? If you have softwares or you have a device, you can dump and you can read. And if you can read, you can also write. If you can write this data, you can create a master key that you can use to unlock any and every doors. And how it works? Easy way is social engineering, right? If you are very lazy to open a computer, you will have this cleaner coming to your room every day. In hotels, they'll have MasterCard. You just put a device for 2 seconds, it's cloned, right? Hard way is you dump your own card. If your friends is staying, you can dump their card as well. Look through the unique identifiers and then try to change it. You can also brute force it. Some places it will be unencrypted, makes your life easier. Some places it will be encrypted. So you have to either brute force the encryptions with nuance. If you find that information, you can decrypt and then you can write. Okay. Now, I will talk about the Flippr 0 today. Okay. So why we are using this? It's easy to use, right? You don't have to understand anything about protocols, anything about how a device works. All you have to understand, I click this, I do this, it copies, I do this, it paste or transmit the data, right? So if I have to clone a card, I just have to go to the options, select the reader, put my Flippr top of the card, it reads the information. To transmit, I just go and click emulate, it emulates the data back to the reader, right? It makes life much easier. But problems. It's very easy to hide. If someone asks what's that, you can play a game, like it's a gaming device, for playing games, right? And it's undetectable in some cases. If you're going to a hotel and put it in a pocket, they'll check keyring. You could say anything, right? It's very easy to hide and play with it. Now, other thing is it has pins in top, so GPIO. If they are using different set of devices that Flippr cannot read, you can have additional hardware, you can put it there and it works just fine. Okay. If you don't have it, someone already built these plugins or extensions, right? You can just buy that, put it there, it works as well. Right. Now, how we now do the attacks? We go to a hotel, book a room, right? Now, once you do that, they'll give you one access card. You go to your room, check in, come back, go out, come back again, say, hey, I lost my card. Can I get another one? They will be very nice. They'll give you another card, or they'll charge you 50 rupees or 100 rupees. They'll give you with a cost. If there's no cost involved, good. If there's a cost involved, you just pay the amount, go to your room. Now you have two cards. You dump all the information, again go out and say, hey, I found my card. It was in some place. Return the card, get your money back. Right? Either ways, it's a win-win situation. All you need to get an extra card. Once you get the extra card, you can actually differentiate what data is unique and how you can play with it. if you have the two cards for one room, you can actually match the data, what is matching in both sides. So that will be unique identifier. And then you see you can play with it, right? So usually what you play with it, your room number, right? Second thing, your time code. So if your epoch time says this time it will be expired, you can try to extend that, right? So in Vivanta, the card I hold, it's valid till 2040 to that specific room number. Until they change the entire systems, this card will be valid. It's a good thing? No, right? But yes, this can be fixed, right? Abnormal detections can detect this kind of things, because if someone gets staying there, there is already a card bind to it. If I go and put my card, binding will be old, only the date is extended. No one extend their hotel stay for years, right? So they can see the logs, but how many hotels monitor this kind of logs? Close to none, right? Because this logs every single hour, you'll get thousands of logs, right? Access, close, room idle, no one reads. Now we got AI, so they might have something in place, but yeah, that's a different things. Okay, so first thing, what we're going to do is capture. Now, most of these hotels will have something called encrypted communication, right? So you can't just copy and open the door. To do that, we have to do two things. First, capture the handshake, similar to Wi-Fi, right? So if you don't know the password, what you do? You run a tool, right? You capture the handshake from the authenticating a actual device. You have the password in encrypted format. Again, you know the encryption algorithms, right? You know the hash. All you do is map it through a known text files or text. If that matches, that means that's your password. It's a simple brute force, right? In hotels, this MIFAR protocols or any RFID, they will use it for nuance. So that one code valid for one specific period. If you're not using it, it can be reused. So it seems like you have backup codes. In a Gmail, you'll have the backup codes, right? You could use any of these codes. As long as you're not using it, it will be valid. The moment you use it, it will be gone. So first, we're going to capture that nuance. How are we going to do that? Go to Flippr, capture, read the reader, put it there, wait for 10 seconds. Let it capture not one, but multiple sets of beacons. So now you have like 5, 10, even 100. The more you have, it's better to crack. Okay. So you have all the data. Next thing is you have the card. By default, Flippr does have a built-in like dictionary that can brute force. If that is not working, you can dump data from that way and you can try to brute force on that way. Now, how are we going to do that? You copy data from Flippr, okay, move it to your laptop and run a program. Okay, it will brute force using your laptop. Your laptop is much more powerful than this stupid device, right? So it can crack within seconds. If you're very unlucky, it will take minutes. That's it. If you decide, no, I don't have a laptop, you can do it on Flippr itself. It will take close to 10 minutes, depending on how much data nuance you have captured and how much time it will take to brute force them. Okay. Now, what the fuck? Kya kiya bhai? Okay. So once you have that part captured, so it will show up when you put it on top of your card. It will show 32 blocks or 16 blocks. It will show the blocks and then how many blocks are captured or decoded or decrypted. If you see out of that number is everything is decrypted or decoded, you are good to go. You can open the door as long as you have that key valid. Okay, you can also see the hex on your device itself. If you want to play with it, you can change it, but it's very tedious to do it on this one. So usually what we do, we copy it to our laptop and then we can just change some hex values, move it again and then try one more time. Okay, if you like it's very lengthy process, you can use something called Flippr app in your phone. It's Cube Flippr. So you connect your phone via Bluetooth or wire. So make your changes on your phone and then run it through this. The same, the brute forcer, your phone has more compute than your old laptops. So if you have Termux installed in your phone, it's like a Linux CLI. You can download the GitHub repo inside your phone and do brute force from your phone. So no laptop required. Everything can be done through your phone and your Flippr. And why that is important? Because the moment you start capturing more data, this screen is not good enough, right? The control is very tedious. So having another device makes life much easier. Okay. So भाई यार क्या हिल गया फिर से? Okay. All right. So this is one of the things. So I was trying to do on IBIS. So it's a classic 1K card. It's visible, I guess. So you can see the key found is 32 by 32 and sector reads by 16 by 16. So there are 16 sectors, right? And each sectors has some data on it. So all I do is capture the information, the nuance, try to brute force. I did not use my laptop. I just used the device itself. It took close to 5 minutes. Okay. By 5 minutes, I just unpacked my bag, put everything in place. By that time, it was cracked. Now, once I have this thing cracked, we can play the video. Okay. Sorry, I am not a videographer vlogger, so it takes some time. You see, it's trying to crack, right? So I put it there, I had my phone and just went. It cracked, I can see the information, I can go to my door. I just have to do something called emulate to transmit the data, and it should open my door. Now the other one, I thought of putting it here, but for legal reasons, I'm not doing it. You can actually, the same reader, right? You can also brute force. So instead of reading data from the reader, you can try to send data to it. If you're doing that, there is a very high chance that device will reset itself. It takes few seconds. In some cases, it took 5 seconds to get unlocked. In some cases, it took close to 30 seconds.
How fast is the response like when you try to do
Again, this will take 5 minutes, close to. But if you're trying to brute force an unknown door, that's not your room, right? You don't have the key. So you have to brute force the reader itself. So we are trying to read the information. So if you read the information, then we need their card to brute force it, or you can just brute force the reader itself. Like, hey, this is my key, this is my key.
Start emulating.
Yes. When you do that, depending on which hardware they are using or which software they are using, it crashes. Sometimes it takes 5 seconds. Sometimes it takes close to 30 seconds, but it crashes. Okay. I have reported to few hotels. They connected with vendors. They had a patch in place, but highly unlikely they might have deployed everywhere, right? Now, why this is vulnerable? Close to every single place you're gonna go, right? This software, this stack, it's still applicable. It's like Java 8. You can't get rid of it, right? Similar way, this MyFair 1K protocols or the cards is used everywhere. You can't get rid of it because it's part of your culture now, right? Even fancy hotels, I have seen they're using MyFair 1K classic cards. Rarely in some hotels I've seen they're using MyFair 4. Okay, that too for like expensive suites, right? That they need proper security. Okay. Now, problem is, as an attacker or having a device like this, you don't have to understand technology. All you need a device or a hardware that can do the things. Flippr is multi-device, right? You can do multiple things. You can build a purpose build for this specific thing. It will be small like this much. With a button cell, you can operate it. Easy to hide. If you, with malicious intent, you can pretty much brute force any door whenever you want. Okay, it's not just impacting India, right? Every single country you're gonna go, they're like, having the same thing, right? And why we have these things? Because the malicious intent, if you have like 20,000 rupees, you can buy this. If you don't have money, you can build by yourself. It will cost close to 2,000, right? So if you build something like this, if you're staying with your friends in a hotel, you can prank them. Not a good idea, but yes, you can do that. But if you have malicious intent, you can misuse it, right? Now, how you can misuse it? Multiple ways. First, you go to someone else's room, right? Second, you can steal something or murder someone. I don't know. What's your plan? right? Or you can implant other evidence, right? We have seen that happening in real world. So yeah, everything is possible if you have everything on digital side. Mitigations, upgrade the damn lock. Not possible because again, problems is not about the just money, but the operational cost and also the transition period.
So the latest lock that you mentioned,
Mapper 4.
yeah, so that doesn't is not vulnerable to that.
Yes, it is vulnerable, but they have better security in place.
Like they will fall back on.
Yes. So if you try to brute force those door, it will suspend the door.
Oh,
So it has to open with a MasterCard.
so the only option is like you clone the card.
Yes. In MyFair 1K, I have seen one specific hardware. I don't forgot the name. They do have the same thing. If you fail to do 3 or 4 times, it locks the door, and you have to call the maintenance.
Okay. And for that, like when you clone the card and try to crack it, it's like how differently because the code will be same, right? When the card is okay. So if
Yes.
I clone a,
Yeah.
so that's the only.
Yes. So now in some places it works, especially if in bars, right? People will put their card on table. In some places like swimming pool, they'll put cards in their locker rooms. Mostly they put in like outside only, right? With the towels and everything. Just go and clone it. Right. We have done that. Okay. So with the company, I have done it, and they're like, "What the fuck? How you got access to our room?" What they have done, they have their room card and the towel in the bedside. All I do is go there, take a water bottle, put my phone and this there, clone it. So social engineering is one of the key factor when we talk about the attacks. Okay. Other thing is people are stupid, right? Way before we had this, there's one thing called a key exchange, right? How you do that? You take your own key, room key, the person you want to target, you go behind them running. The moment you see they have the card in their hand, just do a straight bump. Both card goes down. You know your card. You marked it to their card. Sorry, sir. You go away. That is still happening, right? Now from this card we went to keys. People used to do with keys, right? So how they will do? Every single hotel will have the same set of keys, right? If you target a room number, you just put the sticker up, same room number, you put it there, and it's like, sir, your keys are there. They're like, I have this key. That will old, sir. This is your key. All you do is wear the same dress the security or the hotel employees are wearing, right? Mostly will be black or white. Whatever color is, you just get a dress, put it there, and give them, right? Now, next option is being a manager. There's a lot of ways you can get inside a room. This is one of the way that is easiest, and anyone can do it. You don't have to understand the social engineering or the people's mentality. All you need a tool and a malicious intent or a good intent, depending on how you wanna do it. Okay. The conclusions. This set of devices can break into your hotel rooms. Is it good? No. Is it eye-opening? Yes. So how are you gonna secure yourself? First thing is deadbolt. Your room will have a deadbolt, right? It's analog. You have to physically break it. It's not possible. It will make noise, right? We do talk about this kind of thing. You can trust the hotel's deadbolt, or you can have your own. If you go to Amazon's, you'll find multiple deadbolt available that you can purchase for your room safety. We recommend some of them for girls who is traveling alone. So even if you're having multiple things, right, you can have these devices in your hotel room as well. So what I do, I have a traveler hotspot. I put that in my room. I have a small camera. I put it in my room and just point it to my laptops or the bag I have. So even I'm not in my room, I can connect to my camera and see who is entering my room because it motion sensor. The moment something happens, it alerts me like, hey, someone is in your room. All right. So to reduce the false positive, try to move it from the window, so nothing is there, right? This make life much easier and secure, because the moment you learn about this kind of thing, the more paranoid you're gonna get. Okay. So thank you for this. If you have any questions, you can take that.
So what encryption do cards use?
The one I have showed you is use MyFair 1K.
Or just the encryption standard?
Yes. So you can actually play with it. I have the card with me.